Nostalgia. It's a big reason why most of you have probably watched one of my other videos on this channel, and even clicked on this one. We all want to reminisce on a time when things were a lot simpler, before we had a screen in our face 24/7 and everything just seemed better. I've spoken a lot about older games on this channel, games I remember from when I was a kid, but none truly capture the feeling of the early 2000s for me as much as the game I'm talking about today. If you want to reminisce about a time period, most of the time the best you can do is watch old TV shows, movies or even commercials that came out around that time, look at old photos or even head back a few years on Google Maps. But still, you can't really explore and interact with places that used to be there. You see some of my favourite creators on YouTube, people like Heaven Sent and Ratlobber, make videos all the time based on nostalgia, and one of my favourite concepts is when they look at old GMOD maps based on real world locations in the early to mid 2000s. It's fun to see old stores and billboards from the past in a way that they can be interacted with, but the biggest problem for me is I didn't grow up with any of this. Even though I know things like Taco Bell and Wendy's, I can't reminisce the same as these people making these videos, because I never got to experience it. I looked for a similar concept but based in the UK and there wasn't really anything on GMOD, which is quite ironic considering I'm literally from the same place as the maker of GMOD. I know it isn't Gary's fault, but it's still a shame I can't explore a virtual recreation of the UK from the early 2000s with all the old storefronts and billboards I can remember, except I absolutely can. So let's talk about the Getaway.
You can wait if you like, but I'm going in.
So what is the Getaway? Well, the Getaway is a third-person shooter with a semi-open world and sometimes seen as a GTA clone, which the game is definitely a lot more than that. It was developed by Team Soho and released all the way back in December of 2002 as a PS2 exclusive. The game is essentially set up like a Guy Ritchie film, think Lock, Stock and Snatch, and that's basically what this game is trying to be, and in all honesty it succeeds.
Yeah, what's with a bird, Harry?
She's one of Charlie's specials.
Specials?
Special people with special jobs. She used to be on the game until she found her true calling.
What the fuck are you talking about, Harry?
She does some wet jobs. Charlie says they never see it coming from a bird.
What? She's a topper?
Oh yeah, mate. She's not the slightest bit squeamish about a bit of claret.
What the fuck do we need someone like that on a job like this?
You play as Mark Hammond, a former criminal who's sucked back into the life of crime after his wife is killed and son has been kidnapped by one of London's biggest crime bosses. The game really does feel like one of those crime dramas you see on primetime BBC One and captures that London crime world vibe perfectly. I was actually quite surprised about how good it holds up in terms of its actual story. Honestly, this video is more about the actual setting and world, but the game itself is actually quite good. Gameplay wise, it's nothing too groundbreaking. The driving feels exactly as you would expect from a game like this, but the shooting lets it down quite a bit. It's just really janky, there's no real way to aim where you want. The game just aims for you, which means in certain missions with multiple enemies it can get a bit frustrating, especially throwing random NPCs into that mix as well. One thing I absolutely love though was the lack of any HUD. There's no health bar, minimap, ammo counter, nothing. In a world where you get blasted with 1,000 different things on the HUD, it was actually quite refreshing to see this. I know you're thinking, well, how do you know where to go on the map or when you've got low health? Well, the game just uses the actual gameplay to tell you what you need to do. When you need directions to the next mission, once you get into a car, the indicators will start flashing for when you need to take a turn, and will both start flashing as you get to the location. As for health, once you get shot a few times, Hammond will have blood on him and start walking with a limp, which you can fix by leaning up a crate of Foster's. All this works so well to add to the overall vibe of the Getaway, and makes it feel like you're in one of those crime dramas as opposed to like a GTA game. This video is mainly centred on the game use of real life locations and brands, but the actual game itself is really good. Yeah, sure, the shooting isn't perfect, but if you've never played it before, I can't recommend it enough. Now all that's out the way, it's time to talk about why this game is so special and why it just captures the feel of the early 2000s in the UK so perfectly. First of all, just look at it. It's a bit dull, it's a bit grey, and it feels like home. I think one of the biggest things that makes this game feel like a realistic depiction of London is its use of licensed cars. Most open world games like GTA, Saints Row and True Crime always opted for their own made up car manufacturers and models, but not the Getaway. Each car you see is a real life car brand, and there's some really unique choices here. With the game being set in the UK, there's a lot of lower class European hatchbacks driving around, like the Citroen Saxo, Peugeot 306 and the Fiat Punto. Among others, the car selection in this game just feels real, and the roads look like what you would see driving around day to day on the streets of London. There's a few more unique cars on the road, but they're more of a rarity, as they should be, with some even being hidden in secret locations around the map. Driving down one of the streets in this game is enough to make me feel nostalgic. All these cars look familiar to me. If you compare this to a game like GTA 3 or True Crime Streets of LA, there's just a lot more familiarities with the Getaway in terms of the cars you see driving around. You have car manufacturers like Rover, which you just would not see in an open world game set in America, but it fits right in this game. I understand why most open world games opt out of using licensed cars, as it gives them a bit more creative control, and also the game doesn't need to be wiped off the face of the earth after the licensing runs out. But I'm grateful that the team at Soho decided to go down this route in the Getaway. It makes London feel a lot more authentic. I just wish there were radio stations in this game with music that matched the time period. Imagine hopping into a car and listening to the songs from the likes of Oasis, The Streets, So Solid Crew whilst driving through London. That would have just taken it to a whole nother level. Now it's time to talk about the main reason I'm making this video, and that's the world of the Getaway. I still don't know how the devs really captured the feel of early 2000s England in a game, but they have perfectly, and I think there's a few different reasons for that. I've already mentioned the colour palette the game uses. It's very grey, very drab, very British, and just makes sense, similar to how Liberty City in GTA 4 feels very cold and gritty. It just fits the world even more. The map itself is really impressive, with a ton of different boroughs in London included. You can even drive through Hyde Park and also visit many major landmarks in the city. I just love all the buildings feeling authentic as well. Even though I don't live anywhere near London, driving down some of these roads feels really familiar to me, just based on how everything looks and the way the roads are laid out. Similar to that feeling those American YouTubers would get walking around one of those GMOD maps. It's exactly how I feel driving through the streets of London in the Getaway. It's not just the buildings and roads that give me that nostalgic feeling. A big part of why the game is so special is the use of real life brands and advertisements. They're used all around the city. Now there's arguments for why product placement in gaming feels a bit wrong, but I feel like if it's done right then it's absolutely fine. Like stumbling across a Burger King in Need for Speed Underground 2 is absolutely fine, but seeing Monster Energy drinks in a game like Death Stranding is a little strange, but that is a Hideo Kojima game, so I can't be too mad at that. The Getaway is crazy though, because every single street just has real life stores plastered everywhere. I don't know if or how they got permission to use all these brands, but it feels like one of those GMOD maps. The storefronts textures all look like they've been ripped straight off of Google, which would have been really impressive for 2002. I'm assuming they just took pictures around the city, seeing as the studio was based in London. Obviously you have brands like KFC, Pizza Hut, McDonald's all showing up, which is nothing new, as I've seen these brands in multiple games, and of course they are very American, but I just want to go and explore in real time the map and see what very British brands we can actually find within the map. So let's take a look. Right then, here we are in the Getaway free roam. First of all, I've got to get rid of this shit car. Well, it's not actually shit, but here I am at the secret mansion. If you know, you know. This is where all the hidden cars are. We've got this lovely Lotus here, a go-kart, but I'm going to have to go for my favourite. I'm going to have to go for the Skyline. Let's get in here. Let's go and do a bit of exploring, see what stores we can find. Well, let's go. Okay, let's see what we've got. What is this first shop? An Odeon Cinema? There we go. Fanatical about film. Do you know what? Let's get out and have a look. Do a bit of shopping, shall we? See what there is. Oh, I've already spotted a McDonald's. Of course I have. Here we go. We've got a Mackey's here. I'm a bit sad that you can't actually see the billboards inside, because that would have been giving us a bit more information. Like Big Mac meal, $1.99 or something like that. That would have been crazy to see. We've got a New Look. I don't remember New Look looking like that. I don't know what New Look looks like now, to be honest. We've got Clark's. Clark's is still out and about. Vodafone. Why is the Vodafone shop so tiny? Clark's is massive. Look at that. All I can hear is a character heavy breathing. Is he okay? What's this? You can't change the camera. Oh, a Sainsbury's. Lovely little Sainsbury's there. Do you know what? That's where most Sainsbury's are. Like the small Sainsbury's shops in like a town centre. They're always under like a massive building like that. You can't change the camera on this. There's no adjustable. Boots. Big up to the Boots man then. I don't know what that. Why did I just say that? But yeah, we've got a Boots. Of course we have. You cannot have a Boots. WH Smith. Look at that. Not changed at all. I think they've recently changed their name actually, so it doesn't actually exist anymore. But yeah, W.H. Smith, man. Is that Harry Potter being advertised in the window? It looks like it. That's mad. Royal Mail and a FedEx van. Oh, they're having a race. They're having a race. FedEx is winning. FedEx is gone. Oh, he's done him. Got all the old posters for like raves and stuff on the wall. Someone's shooting. Oh no. Oh, do you know what? That's so realistic. It's a fucking Micra. Nissan Micra drivers are dangerous. I don't know if you've ever noticed. If you've ever seen someone drive a Nissan Micra, stay away because they are demonic. I don't know another word to describe them. What advertisement we got on the bus? Natural blonde killer Chicago. I don't know. Maybe that's like a play or something. Yeah, I've got some more shops down here. Wimpy? A Wimpy. Damn. Never actually been to a Wimpy. I know what it is though. These shops do look very... Oh, a Marks and Spencer. Massive M&S right there. Crazy. A William Hill over the road. We've got a cost cutter. How is there a cost... I never thought I'd see the day I'd see a cost cutter in a game. But there you have it. Preta Manager. Oh no, it's not pronounced like that. I just like to piss people off. Hold on. What the fuck have I done? Oh, I nicked a Micra. That's probably why he's chasing me. Oh fuck, I'm arrested. Oh. Anyway, we'll have another go. Right, let's try this again. I'm not just going to faff around trying to find that Nissan again because I just abandoned it after 2 minutes and then I nicked a Micra and then I got arrested. So we're going to stick with this car, see what we can find. Oh, there we go. Another McDonald's. Add that to the list. Open 24. What are they selling in that window? Is that a Chicken Legend? Surely Chicken Legends were around back then. Fuck knows what that is. Can't tell. But it's open 24 hours. Oh, we're in a high street. Here we go. This is what we need. Or is it what's the big place in London called with all the screens? There was a Call of Duty map. Chicken Run. Stuart Little. Oh my god. That is perfect. Look at that.
Don't have time for this.
Shut up, mate. Go and watch Chicken Little. Chicken Little. Chicken Little. Isn't that a film? That is actually a film, eh? The one about the... Oh, I'm going off on a tangent now. Chicken Run and Stuart Little. I can't look at the posters properly. So this is the type of stuff I'm looking for. These films would have been like quite recent when this game came out. Like a proper high street. I would even know this was in the game, to be honest. Is that 007 up there as well? An Odeon, massive Odeon. This is unreal. I didn't actually realise a Chiquitos. Fucking hell, this is insane. A Pizza Hut, Burger King. Oh, here we go. Burger King breakfast. Has anyone actually ever eaten a Burger King breakfast? I don't think they have. I don't think anyone's ever had one of them. I can see a post office. Like, I can recognise things from a mile away just by looking at like the colouring and the branding. I know that's a post office, and I'm going to go over to it. I'm going to nick this Lexus. Go on. Fucking hell, he's got a gun out. Oh, there's a copper car right there, for fuck's sake. Go on, let's go. Oh, there's the London Eye. Mad. That actually looks really impressive, to be honest. And the water's brown, like it would be in real life. Oh, can we go across the bridge? This map is actually seriously impressive for, like, a game from 2002. Like, I haven't even, like, thought about that. Like, GTA 3 released a year before this, and even though GTA 3's maps are decent, like, this is so... Look at that! Look how detailed it is. Nah, do you know what? This game is so underrated. It's so detailed. There's certain, like, spots, like, what they're called, landmarks. They're just so detailed and everything's where it should be. Is that a little chicken shop? We've got a little chicken shop, Chicken and Ribs, Dallas. I think that's a real shop actually. I'm not too sure, but yeah, got a little chicken shop as well. It wouldn't be London without some chicken shops, would it? Right, I found some billboards lying around, so let's go and see if we can like notice anything that's real. Some of these don't look real. Maybe. Start puckering. Eh? Oh, eh? What? I can't read it because the camera won't focus on it like I want it to. Do you know what? I don't get about this game though. Your character like sprints for a bit, but then he gets really tired. Look, there's no sprint button. I'm not pressing anything. Why are you sprinting? Why are you running? Say yes to fish. That might be a real one. Where's my bitches? That can't be real. Yeah, that cannot be real. That's not a real billboard. There's no way that was just in London. But then again, 2002 was a wild time. Maybe it was. Like, I can't read these. It's annoying me. I can't move the camera. You're sprinting it. There you go. Everyone knows that from their childhood. Big old sex shop. Lovely. Yeah, nice little walk down Chinatown. Maybe you've been to London. Is this what Chinatown looks like? Let me know down below. I've never actually been myself. There's a garage that's open. Maybe there's a car in here. Like a secret car. Let's go and have a look. Oh, fuck off. Don't tell me I'm dead. I'm dead. Are you taking the fucking... a micro? Just killed me. Oh, and next. We found a next. Bloody hell. That's crazy. Oh, the next over the road as well. Do you think the developers just sat there like, right, what shops are down this street? Well, I saw a next. I definitely saw a next. Anything else? Just put another next over the road. That should do it for that street. Gap. I don't think I've ever been in a Gap, to be honest. What is this? I'm gonna get hit by a car again if I just wander into the road. Oh fuck! Someone just got lamped. Someone probably just got hit by a micro again. Let's be real. Another next. 3 nexts in the same street. Bloody hell, they were popping back in 2002. Well, in all honesty, I found most shops I wanted to look at, but there's one I haven't found, and I know it's in this map. I'm a bit good I haven't found it, and that. It's not even a shop. It's a Weatherspoons. There is a Weatherspoons in this game somewhere. Don't know where it is. Like a proper high street, though. I don't even know this was in the game. But yeah, that is it for this little live commentary part of the video. I'll get back to the scripted part of the video now. I'm going to carry on walking around London for a little while. And yeah, let's get back to the video. You see what I mean? It's just filled with so much nostalgia for anyone who grew up in the UK in the 2000s. And it's something we don't really get. The closest thing you can get to exploring the UK in this time period is Google Maps. And even that only goes back to 2009. The Getaway is almost like our very own British time machine. No, not that one. To go back to a world that no longer exists. And it's cool that we get our own version of those unique GMOD maps based on real world locations, even if it is an obscure open world game on the PS2. Whilst making this video, I wanted to also look at other games that are set in the UK to see if they have that similar feeling to The Getaway. The obvious place I need to start is its sequel, The Getaway Black Monday. It roughly has the same map, granted with a few new areas. With the game being released just 2 years later, it still uses most of the same textures from the original, but with a few additions in terms of billboards and advertisements being updated, with new movies like 50 First Dates and Kill Bill on DVD, just to add to that realism of driving around a living, breathing London. Black Monday is also a great game as well if you've never played either of them. I can't recommend them enough. I really wish we could see a remaster or even a re-release of both games, but I imagine due to them both being plastered with real life brands, they'll never see the light of day. Maybe they could just do a remaster of the game and do a 2026 edition, where all the stores are just replaced with vape shops and Turkish barbers. That's not all for this series though, as we got Gangs of London, a spin-off on the PSP. Even though it's the same series and the same setting, all the heart and soul has been completely ripped out. There are no licensed cars, no real world stores or billboards, and yeah, the map just feels completely empty. But saying all that, it's actually quite a fun game on the PSP. The gameplay is great and there's tons of different modes included, even a zombies mode, which is just crazy. For quite a long time we didn't really get another open world game set in the UK other than Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which I mean, I can't really be nostalgic about the Industrial Revolution. It's a bit before my time. It wasn't until Forza Horizon 4 we had a true open world experience set in modern day Britain. While driving through Edinburgh is nice, it just doesn't have that level of authenticity that London had in the Getaway. There's no licensed stores, it's all just generic. I will say though, driving through the streets of Edinburgh in the winter time though, is nice. It does feel quite Christmassy, but other than that, nowhere near the level of immersion as the Getaway. Which brings us to the last open world game set in the UK, Watch Dogs Legion. When I saw this game revealed, I was so hyped about it. I immediately thought about the Getaway and was just hoping to a similar feeling, but sadly it just wasn't anywhere near what I and mostly everyone who played it was expecting. I think the near future setting let it down quite a bit. The lack of any real protagonist in the game just didn't feel as authentic as the Getaway, and ultimately it was a bit of a letdown. Sadly, after the release of Black Monday in 2004, we really haven't had a true to life authentic way to explore the UK in game form, and I really doubt we'll ever see anything like that series ever again. Going back and playing the original Getaway was a lot of fun. Originally I was just going to talk about its map and its use of real life brands, but after playing a bit of the story, I honestly can't recommend these games enough. They're great and still hold up today. The shooting is a bit janky, I'm not going to lie, but once you get used to it you'll find one of the PS2's best hidden gems, and also get to explore London in the early 2000s, which I think is the only game to ever include a Weatherspoons, which just makes it one of the best games ever made. That's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you again for helping me reach 1000 subscribers, and as always, I'll see you when I see ya.